Hey, ratbags. Grounded has no shortage of content creators covering the game. Some casual and some obsessive. But my favorite part of Grounded 2 so far has been base building. And I know how I like to do it, but I'm really curious how these other Grounded 2 content creators build their bases. So I've created a tier list and we're going to rank the bases of several content creators that are currently playing Grounded 2.
What's up guys, it's Paralyzer here.
Paralyzer. He's a creator that I've always felt is a bit unreasonably obsessive with Grounded. However, it's worked for him, clearly, so really can I criticize? But either way, I primarily say that because he did a 24-hour live stream of Grounded 2, in addition to a ton of videos on Grounded 1. In his stream though, we do see his base, and I think this is the perfect one to start off with because I actually really like his base. Style-wise, it's really cool, and I like that the spinning wheel and grinder thing are kind of tucked away underneath the stairs. And overall, this aesthetic of his base is really cool, and I'd like to give him an A tier for it. Feels really cozy.
How much did it do?
With cartoons, I kind of contemplated even including him on this video because it looks like he's currently building a base. He has his kind of starter one and now he's building a new one, which the location really shows potential. Something that drives me up a wall is just scattering everything out and not having really much of a structure to it. It's not an actual base, it's more of a camp. And this is acceptable within the first few hours of the game, but it bugs me, so I'm putting him in F tier. However, the new base that he's going to build, just looking at the location, actually does look pretty promising, so I'll bump him up to a C. And actually, speaking of having a base just sprawled out, I'm Cade.
My lady?
Of course, right after I actually sat down and recorded the audio for this video, I'm Cade went and actually upgraded his base from the hobo camp that he had to an actual decent base. I like the look of this. There's plenty of room for activities. It's got a cool design, so I'm gonna give it a B tier. But actually, I am gonna bump it up to A tier because in this video, he also named his buggy Todd, and that's the name of my cat. And so I think it's kind of funny and whatever. And so A tier for Cade.
Hey Ratbags, it's Jade.
Jade also has his base just kind of sprawled out, but he's got some walls around it and it's elevated up. I can't say I love it, but the location kind of offsets that. C tier.
Oh, that's a big orb weaver.
Blitz's base is kind of what kickstarted this whole list for me because he has a really cool thumbnail regarding his base. But then the build itself is just underwhelming. It's a really cool concept, but needs some work. And I'm gonna make it better, but more on that in a different video. I'll give him a B tier.
I'm Mediocre Milton.
His base is pretty mediocre, B tier. Actually, I'm just kidding. I really like his base. It has a really cozy feel to it, and it looks well organized. The architecture is pretty neat, and I really like the functionality with the sap collectors. He kind of has them poking through the wall, so it's very functional and within his base. I really like it, so I'm gonna put him in an A tier. Nice base, man. Next, we have a massive build by Nizura, or Nizura, I don't fully know. I saw this one, and I'm sure that bigger equals better, and you know I'm gonna put it in the S tier. Wrong! This one has some really cool elements to it, for sure. It's well protected, it has some solid design choices. I like the look of certain parts of it, and I'm for sure borrowing some ideas from it. Like the plank storage that they have, they kind of closed in. I really like that, it looks more like neat and organized. And I like the little right angle accent pieces here. Same with the frame in the chest rooms. I really like that aesthetic, but overall I'm not a huge fan of needing to run around to multiple stages of this base just to access things. I would like it all central. And I do think that this might be like a multiplayer build where each player has their own wing. I don't know, but overall it might be big and kind of cool, but it overall is just kind of messy to me. But I'll place it at a B tier because, like I said, it's kind of cool at certain elements. And big builds are neat either way, but B tier.
I'll show you potential.
Now, I've always seen soda can builds and cool glitches that people use to really just make their base in odd locations, and I usually just don't care for them. But this is a really, really cool version of a compact build. Shawberry made a Ranger Outpost build. And I absolutely love the layout of this base. The storage solution is clean, there's benches and functional stations as well as furniture to really give this a cozy look. I always feel like with the soda can builds and such, it appears too compact, but this one feels more cozy rather than condensed. So S tier on this one.
My name is Kodiak. This is Legacy Gaming.
Finally, we have Legacy Gaming. I got glimpses of this in the Secrets of the Orb Weaver buggy video, and I like what they're going for. I really dislike that the chests are narrow end out. For whatever reason, that looks bad to me. I get that it saves on space, but I just don't like that. But overall, cool kind of look to it. B tier. Anyway, that concludes my tier list. I was really curious as to what other content creators are doing with their bases, as that's been my favorite part of Grounded too. But if you want me to rate your base, or have a content creator you want me to include in on another list, let me know in either the comment section or over in my Discord. So, talk to you in one of those places. Peace.